Right, so here we are again then, folks. We're going to start Josh's pin unless he wants to do it from somewhere else.
No, I'll start for me.
Right, so I'll pass the phone over to Josh, and Josh can do his intent.
Right, hello everyone. I hope you're enjoying the video so far. I don't agree with what Daniel said about him finding something underground. I think that one was a bit of a flaw. Didn't really come up with anything.
Well, you do get dodgy pins, you know, you have to keep cracking at it, so...
Yeah, well, I think we'll call that one a failed one. But, right, so, I'm just going to change the actually radius. Right, and my intent is going to be, I'm going to see if it can drop a pin near or even on a previous job I've completed within Nottingham, and see if it does this. So about to generate the pin.
What's your intent?
So my intent is a previous job or location of job, like so property where I've done work on. So I'm just going to say previous job I've completed in Nottingham.
Previous job. And it's found something.
Right, okay. That's interesting.
Yeah, Nina's previous job. I'll change it to satellite view.
Right, so it's 6 minute drive away. I'll change to satellite view in a minute. And we'll see you when we get there in 6 minutes. Right, so here we are. We're outside the second anomaly that we found on Randonautica. Unfortunately, it wasn't actually a property I've worked at, but what was interesting, on the way here we went past some high-rise flats which are over here just behind these houses on the right. Unfortunately can't see them in this shot, but Daniel pointed them out, and that was actually quite interesting because I've actually done a job in one of them high-rise flats. That could just be a coincidence.
I as well, when I worked in the community. But
yeah, also what was interesting is Daniel was on about an old person that apparently lived on this road or on the adjacent road. So this one was a little bit more successful, I'd say.
I'd say 2 near misses.
But I wouldn't say it's a near miss. I think this one was a bit more successful for what I wanted for my intent. But unfortunately, it's not a road I've actually worked on or directly outside the property. That would be very lucky, I think, to actually happen. But what was interesting is Daniel pointing out the high-rise flats, which I have worked at. Right, we'll see you very shortly.
In fact, we'll try and get a shot of it. So I'll keep driving, and then when we get closer, Josh can start filming it.
Alright, sit down.
Oh, look at that! Nice little shot there.
So as you can see here on the right, these are the high-rise that I worked at, so we just thought we'd do a little drive-by because it was literally just around the corner. This big one here that you can see directly in front of us, that's the one that I actually worked at.
Funny enough, you should say that. Same here as well.
For the life of me, I can't remember what number it was.
I can't as well. I know it's like, I think it's the 18th floor.
I think I remember something like 17th maybe.
Yeah, because I remember going through this entrance here.
Let's go to the end anyway. See where it ends up. I don't know if it's just more parking or what, but
I've done all up nice actually. And that's it. Takes you to the end of Woodthorpe Grange Park. There we go. Additional parking, which is always nice to see in high-rise flats. I'll stick it out the window and pan up so you can see just how tall it is.
A pretty big one. If we can count the floors, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Let us know in the comments how many floors.
11, 12, 13, 14.
So Josh is going to
15.
keep counting.
I think about 15, 16 floors.
No, I'm sure it's more than that. I'm sure I was on the 18th floor.
But then there was another one just here, so I could have.
Yeah, let us know in the comments how many floors there are. Here we go, get a nice shot, Josh, so people in the comments can let us know. Yeah, we'll do one better, we'll get up nice and close. Yeah, if Josh wants to pan up.
Keep going. So, just coming up on the right, this road here, the red building, just next to there, the white building just there, that's actually where my plumbing career started. So it's quite interesting. That wasn't too far away actually from the second anomaly. So make of that what you will.
Talk about this place.
Yeah, on the right hand side there's what was temporarily like a museum.
Haunted museum it was.
It's now closed down because it didn't get a lot of business, but apparently
COVID repairs and that.
Apparently there's a haunted room that you can go in. I think there's some painting or just a locked off sort of cellar, which is meant to have some haunted things. But yeah, that's a couple of little facts or destinations around Nottingham which you might not be aware of. That haunted museum is on Mapley Top. If you're in the area and you fancy, well, you could obviously visit it from the outside at the minute, but you can't actually gain access on the inside because unfortunately, like I said, it closed because it wasn't making enough business.
COVID.
But yeah,
that's what came. They wanted to do loads of repairs, but because of COVID they didn't have the finances to keep up with the repairs, so they said unfortunately they're going to have to relocate because it was too expensive to do all the repairs with no business and COVID not allowing people in. So unfortunately that's one of the small businesses that's gone under due to this pandemic, unfortunately. And here we are along the famous Mapley Top. Well, not
so
famous.
Just coming up on the left, just in this open space here. Usually at Christmas, there's a little what do you call it?
Nativity scene.
Yeah, nativity set. That's
I call it Josh's shed.
Set up every year.
You go crazy for it, don't you, Josh?
Well,
I call it Josh's little shed.
I think the next road we're gonna go down is actually both of our old primary schools. It's quite fun to drive down actually, because just before you drive down it,
nice view as well. You get to see the old railway line as well, part of it that goes through Arnold Park as well. And the famous helicopter park. Got an old helicopter climbing frame, and it's there since I can remember. And I've even taken my little boy there as well. I'm hoping to get some drone footage of it as well before they update it, because it must be over 30 years old. This park with the helicopter and helicopter climbing frame. In fact, if my phone don't overheat because of the weather and everything, we'll try and get a shot of it as we pass it.
this is a view. This is.
Yeah, I'm going to take a nice slow drive, so no cars behind me. Good job I went for a car wash today. So there's the park right in front of us, that big green bit. the top of the park, I think, is where the old railway line used to go as well. Right, we're coming up to our old primary school. Again, nice slow drive by. In fact, we can do one better. We can even be German. Such good memories. There we are. Right then, let's get a shot of this helicopter. I think the only thing they've changed in the park is that little roundabout. I think that's it. They put down some new soft areas. Other than that, everything still remains the same. In fact, I think they haven't even painted it. I don't think they've even painted it since the helicopter or anything else in there apart from that roundabout. But that helicopter is famous. Everyone knows it's a helicopter park. There's a little stream that goes along it as well.